guys, Creative Lori here. Welcome everyone. Okay, I'm going to make a quick hummus batch, and I'm not going to really be measuring anything on camera, but I'll give you in the description box what all that I'm putting in, and it's really up to your taste, but I'll give you like the basics of what a hummus includes. I have made the night before some chickpeas, garbanzo beans ahead of time, and I have some fresh cilantro, I have some olive oil, I have some raw tahini, and if you don't have tahini you can use peanut butter. I have some red chili flakes and Himalayan salt, that's Sarah. I have some lemon from my trees, I have some garlic, and I also like to add some paprika. So I buy everything in bulk usually. I know, and look at, I'm almost done with this one. So you're probably thinking you're crazy. You buy chili flakes in bulk. Yes, I do, because I do love spicy food. But when you're making things like this is when it kind of counts. And if you have to pan fry it to release some of the oils, it really makes a difference when you, because I use a lot of spices and spicy spices. Alright, what you need is either a Vitamix blender, a blender, Farberware, which is what I'm using, or a bullet blender, and I'll show you that. I bought this about 6-7 years ago, and it's still going strong. I use this blade. So I have 3 of these containers out to use. I use this blade. Comes with like several, one that you can chop coffee with or nuts, and a different one. So I made smoothies, and this poor thing has been seriously abused by myself and a lot of my tenants. But it's just an inexpensive one, under $20. It was like 17 something. It's Farberware. Where is it? And it's still going strong, so that's what I'm using. And I have 3 of these containers ready to go because I just kind of fill them up individually. I have a little strainer, like for tea, to get the seeds for the lemons. I don't like to use my hands because it sort of hurts my hands in the winter when I have dry hands. And then I have the big one to separate the chickpeas from the juice, which you will save the juice. Alright, I'm going to get started. And I'm just going to show you as I go along. And I'm going to try to make this a short video. Yeah, right. Good luck. Alright, so rather than using the 3 containers, I think I'm just going to empty each container as I go along so I don't have to do as many dishes. Alright, so you can see how the strainer has like that thick congealed juices from the garbanzos. And I cooked them last night, so they kind of just congealed overnight a little bit. You can use a can. I filled this one up about, let's see, about a cup. That's why I love these. They have measuring markers on the side. So that's about a cup worth. I'm then going to be so the juice went back into my little crock pot, and I will save that in case I need it for later. Not that you can see it, but now I'm going to add some fresh everything. I happen to have it. Instead of fresh cilantro, you can use parsley. If you don't have either, you can use dried either. Most of the time they put parsley, and I like cilantro though. And you're going to put some olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, and I'm just going to eyeball it. I would say a tablespoon right now. Then I'm going to take, I like mine rather garlicky, so I just broke my garlic, and I'm going to use, you know how sometimes they grow like 2 pieces as one, so this is a smaller one because this is a smaller container. I'm going to use this little sliver of one. I'm going to crush it, take the skin off, and just throw it in there, and that will get crushed up. Alright, so I have enough for probably 2 containers right now, so I'm just going to split this up, and I'm literally going to break it in half and just put it into my little blender. All right, the next thing is I'm going to get my lemon, and this is where that little strainer really comes in handy because you don't want the seeds in there. It won't hurt you, but so hopefully you can see me. I put the strainer over, and I've got half a lemon, and I kind of picked this one when it wasn't really ready, so it's a little bit more hard on the skin, which is not a big deal, but I'm doing good, like, squeezes. So I would say probably 2 tablespoons of juice per container that I'm doing now. And like I said, don't worry about writing this down. I will have it all written in the description box. Okay, now I'm going to add some salt. This is a 1/4 of a teaspoon that I have, this little tablespoon here. I'm probably going to add just 1/8. So that's about 1/8. Okay. Then we're going to add probably about the same for the chili peppers. And now we're going to do the tahini. I'm going to add probably this is 1 tablespoon. Wait, is it? Yeah. So I'm going to add 2 tablespoons. Aren't these so cute? They're hearts, and they're from Don Maserati. You're going to use the raw tahini. If you don't have it, just use peanut butter. I splurged a little, and I'll be using this. So let me get 2 tablespoons. Okay, I probably only used about 1.5 tablespoon. Now I'm just going to add a little sprinkle, hope you guys can see this, of paprika, because I like it with paprika. Sorry for the crossing over. So you can kind of see what it looks like. You're not supposed to fill this past this point, but I'm just going to push it down. I'm just going to put my top on. That's it, you guys. That's all it is, and you just blend it. So that's what I'm going to do now. Put this on, and I don't want to be it too loud, so I'm just going to put this on here. My camera's kind of at a weird height. There we go. And you just turn it, and then you blend it. So I'm going to do that, repeat it 3 times for that recipe that I just explained, and I'll be right back. While I'm doing this, I want to show you. It kind of gets stuck at some point because there's not a whole lot of liquid in here. This is where you can take some liquid that you have in your crock pot, or if you have the canned chickpeas, and add it in here. I'm just going to shake this up a little bit because with the tahini or peanut butter, that's sort of what happens. See? So let me add a little liquid, and I'll be back. Alright, so as you can see, when I first opened the top and I had to add some water, I did 2 tablespoons of warm water and about 1 tablespoon of the garbanzo water. And it was really like thick around here, and I liked the consistency, but I wanted it to be a little bit more wet like this. So this is basically done. And there's always going to be stuff on the blade. So I'm just going to take my spatula, and I'm just going to scoop it out into a bowl, and I'm going to repeat this 3 times, or however many times, to finish off my garbanzos. It's probably going to take about 3 of these containers, so that's what I'm going to do. I'll put, if you want like a full recipe, so you don't have to do this 3 times and you have a big blender. I do, but the blenders, it doesn't work as good as this for me. I have an older blender, so I find that this little faux Ninja Bullet works better. And guys, sorry for all the cords, but my phone has to be plugged in, and then my little Farberware is plugged in. Alright, I'm going to come to the end, and you'll see the finished product. Alright, I am all done. So, I will break down the cost in the description box and the breakdown of the recipe. You can just add and subtract whatever you like. I used about, if you're doing it the way I did in the little containers, like a bullet, I used about 1 small clove per mixing. I didn't have to, I just used my spatula, so I didn't have to dirty up 3 containers. I just used 1. So now that we're done, the first consistency that you saw was the right consistency for hummus, but I like it a little bit creamier. Look at this huge bowl, you guys. So I like it a little creamier because I like to put it on my salads and in my sandwiches as like a spread. I'll douse a little olive oil on top. I used probably about I would say half the container of my tahini. And now I'm just putting some more paprika on top. This is what it looks like, and you can garnish it with your beautiful hummus. I put stems and all in there because it's all good for you. Here you go. And I'm going to break down the cost. I'm also going to be storing this in separate containers for my dad to take with him. I can freeze one of them. So far all my costs are half the jar of tahini, which was $5.99, so that's $3, and half a bag of chickpeas, which was 99 cents, so that's 50 cents, so $3.50. I get free lemons. I don't add in the cost of oil or spices because I figure you have them. And then I use 3 little cloves of garlic. So I'll put the cost down below. Now I'm going to be putting them in these containers, which I need to get more from the Dollar Tree. And I will freeze one. I will give one to my dad. He loves hummus. And I'll have I need to get 4 more of these, but I'll probably keep the rest in this little bowl and then go from there. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I know my food videos only get watched by a few people, but if 1 or 2 people learn from it, then I'm happy. And they're not glamorous videos. I don't edit them. And I'm not going to apologize anymore for not editing them because I just don't have the capability, and they're raw videos. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye guys. I forgot the taste test. Okay, so let me do the taste test real quick. You can make this with black beans, eggplant, roasted eggplant, beets. You can make it as creamy as you want, as thick as you want, whatever spices you want. I use fresh jalapenos sometimes. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is amazing. I hope you do this. Alright guys, talk to you later. Bye.